We are back to the morning news, and it's time for Owning Your Outdoors. Doug Schroeder's here. This is a landscape project that we kind of did together on the show last year, and everything is looking absolutely fantastic here. Talk a little bit about some of the things we need to do, just maybe a little bit of a refresher for folks who may be considering, getting into a landscaping project. What are some things we need to consider?
Well, a little Landscape 101. The first thing you want to do is look at the lighting that you have in the area. If you have a shady area, you're not going to be able to grow sun perennials and shrubs. Second, moisture. See what kind of moisture you're getting in the area. Some areas are just very wet. Other things to consider is what kind of time do you have to put into this. If you don't have a lot of time for maintenance, then pick perennials and shrubs that are low maintenance. The next step you want to do is maybe choose what you want to utilize in the landscape as far as shrubs and perennials.
Okay.
After that, what I do is I usually get my edge decided. And what I use is a garden hose usually, and put that out till I get a good defined edge of where the landscape will be. And then from there, you can decide on your edgers. There's probably 4 different types of edging that people use in landscape design. They all have great points and they all have problems.
Really?
Brick that I've used, it looks great and is really pretty low maintenance, but it will heave from the winter. Plastic, it's great. The nice thing about plastic is you can get all those nice curves and edges with plastic. The problem with plastic is it does have a tendency to deteriorate and crack and break. Another thing that people do is they will pay to have someone come in and actually pour a cement edging. And it looks great, but once again, it does heave from the wintertime. One thing, and it's very old school, that people use are timbers. The problem with timbers is they also do start rotting.
Right.
You can't get those nice curves to your landscape. It's more of a straight edge type effect.
Down the street, somebody has rocks.
And I love it. The nice thing about rocks, if you do get a little heaving, you don't notice it because it's not a perfect line.
So we get our edge plan down, we get our hose all laid out,
correct,
and everything's set with as far as the edge and the outline. Where do we go from there?
Well, then you decide on your edger, and what I do next is I put the edge actually in.
Oh, okay.
So that I have that defined. If you do have any sod that needs to be removed in the area or weeds, make sure you remove or kill that area. After that, you need to put your fabric down.
Okay. So
you have your fabric put down with fabric staples. Now you're ready to place your product from your landscape design.
And so how do you recommend do you basically just bring the pots in and set them down where you want everything to go?
That's what I do. I start placing and seeing how it looks. From there, you cut holes in the fabric and you're ready to plant. Once you get things planted off, your last choice in your landscape design is what you're going to use for a top treatment. A lot of people are using bark or stone. I chose to use bark in this situation. It's a brown stained bark. One thing I want to stress on landscape design is it really should reflect your personality. If your lifestyle is busy, then put low maintenance items in and just enjoy your creation. There's always going to be people that have better yards, better landscape designs. Just enjoy what you have.
Next week, if you have a shady yard or a place that doesn't get a lot of sun, we're going to have some great suggestions for some different kind of plants that love the shade, right?
Correct.
Perfect. All right, you can get more information on landscaping. We even have a layout that you can download, maybe try out in your own yard. You can go to the morning show page at ksfy.com. We're going to be back with FastCast